Something I get asked occasionally is, where does Clear fit in my life? What's the point of it? So I'm going to show you what I think with a couple of slides here. So the first thing I think is it's important to consider our purpose. So we all have purpose. Purpose is the big stuff, the family stuff, the things where you're going to leave your mark on the world. For some people, it's about the environment. It's our why. It's the why we do things. This is Claire. Claire's not her real name. And Claire raises money for charity by running marathons. So that's Claire's purpose. Now, in order for us to achieve our purpose, it doesn't happen on its own. So underneath it, there need to be some goals. There need to be some tangible things that we do that support delivering our purpose. For Claire, this might be to raise money for charity by running marathons. One goal might be to run the London Marathon in 5 hours. That might be one project that Claire is on with. Now, again, that's not going to happen on its own. Underneath that goal, there are some smaller goals that need to be delivered for that bigger goal to be achieved. I call these output goals. So these are goals that happen as a result of something. If you think about Claire during the race, there are some things that need to happen in the race for her to achieve that headline project, if you like. She needs to have some pace during the race, a degree of grit. So, when it's hard and arduous, she can dig in and keep going. She's got to hydrate, all that kind of stuff. I call these output goals because for those goals to happen, there are some input goals. Think about it. You wouldn't just rock up at a marathon without having done any training and expect to be able to run it in 5 hours. So for these goals to happen, there are some input goals that need to happen to support the output goals. Before a marathon, of course, it's things like training, it's diet, it's having the right shoes, all that kind of stuff. So input goals, output goals, which are results, and ultimately the headline goal, which helps Claire achieve her purpose. Now, that would be great if the only thing Claire ever did was run marathons. But the reality is, like most of us, Claire has got a lot of other stuff going on in her world. The car needs servicing. She's just noticed that there's loads of moss all over the roof. The kids, of course, need attention. And then there's all the work stuff. So in order for Claire to be able to achieve those goals which support her purpose, and it's the same for all of us, underneath that, we need a system. We need a system that helps us get there. A system that helps us deal with all of that stuff that frees us up to do the bigger goals, to serve the bigger purpose. James Clear said, and incidentally, it is entirely a coincidence that I'm quoting James Clear and the system is called Clear. There's absolutely no connection between those two things. I need to make that point seriously. But James Clear famously said, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your system. Now, obviously, the system that I'm referring to is the Clear system. And I've identified in that system 5 domains, 5 areas that if we can get hold of those areas, then we can deliver on the goals, on the bigger stuff, the more important stuff. So catch is a principle of when this stuff comes up, not ignoring it, but paying attention to it. When the warning light comes up on the car, when she notices that there's moss on the roof. Locate is about putting the right things in the right place. So when it comes to do them, life is as easy as it possibly can be. So that's making the appointment for the car, putting that appointment somewhere so you can turn up on the right day, or having the service book ready for when the car needs repairing. Execute is about setting yourself up to have the best day you possibly can. So for Claire, that's making sure that she gets all the things done in the day that she needs to get done at work, so she can get home on time to make sure that she goes out training. Adapt. This is about dealing with change. In Claire's working day, her boss might come along and ask for 2 reports to be produced. And if she does both of those reports, she may not be able to finish work on time and get home to do her training. So that's about prioritising and having a conversation about which one's important, which one needs to be done first, and how we deal with the other stuff. And then reviewing, taking a moment to put your foot on the ball, looking back, and first of all, celebrating what's gone really well, and then identifying the tweaks or changes you might want to make next time. Now, when you look at this, you might think, flipping heck, that feels like a lot of extra stuff that I have to do on top of the stuff already doing. My day is already full of stuff, and you're talking about doing some more things, Steve. But what's really interesting is that the actions that Clear suggests you take can just take up a very small amount of your time, 4%. Leaving you 96% of your waking time to go and do the things that need to be done. And if you get it up and running, get it slick like this, the results are pretty significant. So what could that mean to you? Well, at a very basic level, you have a nice, easy system that makes your life more straightforward and gives you less stress. As a consequence of that, it means that can free you up to deliver the work goals, to achieve the personal goals that you've set out for yourself. And as a result of that, you spend more time doing the stuff that matters, and you can focus on your purpose, which is where we started. So if you're interested in making headway on your purpose, wherever this video is, there'll be a link. Have a click on it. There's a free preview. You can do almost the entire first section of Clear free of charge. And then if you like what you see, you can sign up and get the rest of it done. You can do the whole thing in an afternoon if you want and get yourself set up ready to be able to start to deliver on your purpose, whatever that means to you.